Hello, students. This is a presentation to introduce you to our next unit, which is public speaking. So, public speaking, like you can see in the picture, is when you speak in front of a group of people about a topic. We are going to do a whole unit of 3 to 4 weeks practicing public speaking and improving our public speeches. So, to begin this presentation, I want you to think about a time when you had to speak in front of other people. It doesn't matter if you were speaking in your first language or speaking in English, okay? But a time when you had to speak in front of other people. What was the occasion or event, why you were speaking, and how did you feel when you were speaking there? Who were the people you were talking to? Who was your audience? Did your audience affect the way you felt? Do you think you would have felt differently if you would have been speaking in front of a different audience? Would that have been more challenging or less challenging? A lot of times I get answers to the second question of how you felt. I get answers like scared and nervous and um, confused and unsure, and sometimes even panicky, like I wanted to run out of the room. I want to reassure you that those are totally normal reactions. In fact, I think most humans have that reaction when a lot of eyes are on you. It can be a scary thing. So if you answered something like scared or nervous, know that you're not alone. I think the majority of people in the whole world feel the same way that you do. Okay, that's totally normal. Okay, even really great public speakers, okay, still get nervous and still feel scared. Even presidents and great leaders do get nervous when they speak in front of crowds. Okay, that's totally normal. However, I'm here to tell you that public speaking is a skill. Okay, it's something that you do, and it is a skill in which you can grow and you can improve and you can get better and better and better at. So, the next thing I want you to think about is what is something that you have become better at with practice? So, what is something where maybe you didn't start out very good, but you practiced a lot? You practiced over and over, and in time, you got better. For me, it was running in high school. I always did a lot of sports with running, like track and cross country. And when I started, I was really slow and I couldn't run very far. I don't think I could run, more than half a mile without stopping. But the more I practiced, the more I ran, the longer I could run and the better at it I got. Okay, so sports are definitely something we can become better at. What are some other things that you can get better at when you practice? The good news is that the same thing will happen if you practice public speaking. Okay, if you practice speaking in front of people over and over again, you will find that it gets easier and easier. And the fear and the nervousness that you feel will become less and less. Every speech you give, you will feel less afraid than you felt the last time you gave a speech. Okay, so that's the good news. Now, all of you know how to do a lot of different types of writing. You know how to write a paragraph and you know how to write an essay, and speeches are a type of writing as well. Okay, because a person always writes their speech before they say it. So a speech is actually a form of writing. And like other types of writing, speeches rely or need organization. They also need voice, and speeches need good content. So we're going to talk about each of those three things. Organization means arranged in a way that is sensible and useful. So some examples of the word organization would be she got a 0 on the worksheet because her organization skills were so bad that she couldn't find her homework in her backpack. Okay, so her backpack was not arranged. Okay, the things in her backpack were not arranged in a useful way so that she could find her homework. Okay, so her organization skills needed some work. Another example would be her organization skills are excellent. She has a folder for each class where she keeps her homework. One folder for each class. Okay, where she keeps her papers. Now that makes a lot of sense, right? That's good organization. Everything arranged in a useful way. Okay, speeches need to be organized too. Okay, they need to follow a certain logical order. Like if you're telling a story, you might begin at the middle, begin at the beginning, then go to the middle, and then explain what happens at the end, right? That would make sense. Okay, organization. The next component of good speeches is voice. So voice is the way you express your ideas. Okay. Um, So an example would be the students complained that they didn't have any voice in school decisions. So the principal held a meeting where everyone could share their opinions and ideas. So your voice is the way you express yourself. And everybody has a different voice because everybody expresses themselves in a different way. So a good speech uses your real authentic voice, okay, where you write um, in a way that allows your personality to come through. Okay, so when someone is listening to your speech, they feel like they can understand you better because what you are talking about really sounds like you. Okay, that's what's going to make your speech special, and it's what is going to make your speech stand out from other speeches. It's that voice, okay, that special way that you express yourself that no one else in the world has except for you. And the last part, and arguably the most important part of a good speech in writing, is the actual content. Okay. Um, I like me a good hamburger, okay, with all the trimmings. And I think of the content as the meat patty of the hamburger. Okay. It's the most important part and it takes up the most room. And if your hamburger is not cooked well, if you got a frozen hamburger patty, it's going to ruin the whole sandwich, right? So, content is the real meat, okay? The real important part of a speech. The content are the ideas, the facts, the images that is in a book or article, or in this case, a speech. Okay, so the content is the ideas and the facts that you are speaking about. Okay, so an example using the word content would be the content of your paper is good, but you need to work on your spelling and grammar. So, content of your paper means your ideas. So, your ideas are good, but you need to work on your spelling. Okay, well, that's a pretty good start if you ask me. Okay, so wrapping up here, in this unit, we are going to give a lot of speeches, at least 3 speeches, and we are going to learn many skills that will make public speaking easier for you, that will reduce the fear that you feel around public speaking if public speaking makes you nervous. Now, I know that you have given speeches already. You've given speeches in other classes. A lot of you just gave a speech or a presentation in our last unit, our poetry unit. You gave a little speech there at the end of the unit where you read a poem and you presented about it. Okay, so you've given speeches before and you know a thing or two about giving speeches. So in a moment here, you're going to fill out a very short Google form telling me what you already know about giving speeches, what you already know that you need to do to give good speeches. Okay. And in the Google form, you're going to tell me what you want to know, what you want to know and get better at in terms of giving speeches. So, what I'd like you to do right now is to head back over to your Google Doc. Of course, you should be on the page for Tuesday. And click where it says number 2, fill out this feedback form. Okay, this link will take you to a Google form that's called the Public Speaking KWL. KWL means I know and I want to know and I've learned. Okay, so you're going to fill out the K and the W today. What you already know and what you want to learn. Okay, want to learn. So you're going to answer both of these with just a one sentence response, or 2 or 3 sentences, but at least one complete sentence answering each of these questions. What do you already know about public speaking? And what do you want to learn about public speaking? Okay, that is your only assignment for today. And I look forward to seeing you the next time I see you in class. Bye bye.